Hello, my name is Adrian and I'm a lecturer at the School of Engineering here at RGU. So today I want to introduce you to PLCs and their applications in real-life scenarios. So a PLC is a programmable logic controller, and what it does is that it takes inputs from sensors, for example, like the ones that we have here. So we can have proximity sensors or inductive sensors or capacitive sensors like this one in here. And once it's taken the readings from the sensors, what the PLC does is it takes decisions and then activates some outputs. And the outputs can be actuators, which can be motors, or can be pneumatic actuators like the ones that we have in here and up in here. And yeah, so that would be basically it. So for this application, what we have in RGU is this industrial trainer that basically assembles plastic rings into metal pegs, like the one that we have here, right? Okay. So each of these separately go all the way up on the conveyor belt, and then they get discriminated to see which is which. So the plastic rings should fall through this chute, and the metal pegs should pass right down through this chute. And then if the system detects an element that it's moving on its own, it should be rejected into the red box. And if not, it should be let be passed, right, like in this. So we have the start and stop buttons and the emergency stop button. So let's get started. Okay, so let's just start by putting a metal peg in here and a plastic ring. So in this part in here, we have two sensors, which will be discriminating which type of element do we have. Do we have a metal peg or a plastic ring? And then depending on which element this is, it will go through down one chute or the other. So in this case, you can see that the metal peg is going on its own, so it should be rejected in this part. And then in here, we have an assembled part, so it should go all the way right through. Yeah, so we also have the stop button and the emergency stop button in here. So what we will do now is we will move on to see what a PLC looks like and how this connects to this manufacturing line. So we've seen how the industrial trainer works, and we said that it was controlled by the PLC. So remember, the PLC is the Programmable Logic Controller. And in here, we do have the PLC. So it's this box over here. And it comes along with the power supply and the internet switch in here. So this internet switch is important because the PLC needs to be connected to a network as well as the HMI. And the HMI is the human-machine interface. So this will be helpful to you because sometimes you will have an automated process where you won't need the use of an HMI. So everything will be done automatically by the PLC. And in other occasions, you will need to have human intervention. So that would be using this HMI. So in here, in this example, what we can see is we have a small button in here, which when pressing it, it lights up the indicator, okay? And it also turns on an LED from the PLC, which means that the HMI is connected with the PLC. So from the PLC, you can control the industrial trainer. In this part over here, we have connections for all of the outputs that go into the actuators, motors, and the pneumatic switches. And the upper part is for the inputs, where all of the sensors, as you can remember, we saw the inductive sensors, capacitive sensors, motion sensors. They will go in here connected so that the PLC can read all of these inputs and take some decisions depending on the process.